Hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. And are we all here? Yes, well, come on, sit down. We haven't got any time to waste. We're on the clock and we've only got 15 minutes. All right, it's Friday. I don't think that anyone doesn't know that, but you know, better safe than sorry. So just to make sure that we're all on the same page, just to ensure that we're all singing from the same hymn book, this is Friday. Yes, did you hear that? Yes? Good. Well then, settle back in your armchair, sit yourselves down, and we can get started on today's lesson with some more music. Are you all ready? Yes. Are your ears paying attention? Okay. Well, in that case, it must be time to press the play button. All right, so let's move on into the lesson. And oh, look, it's, what's her name? Ralph's bird, Chris Plummer's daughter. What's she got to say for herself?
I am 16, going on 17. I know that I'm naive. Fellows I meet may tell me I'm sweet, and willingly I believe.
Okay, so this is a sort of reply, isn't it? Yes, she's telling Ralph something, but what is she saying? Well, it's not really a strong feminist message, is it? She says that she's naive. And that's not a good thing, is it? I mean, it's okay for children to be naive, but, well, if we use the adjective naive about an adult, then we're using it as a synonym for ignorant or foolish or stupid. Children are young and don't know a lot about the world, which means that they're innocent and naive. Adults, on the other hand, have more experience of life. We know that even if I buy a lottery ticket, I'm not guaranteed to win. So here she is, admitting that she's naive. She's still young, and fellows, that is, young men, that she meets, well, when they tell her that she's sweet, when they compliment her, then she believes them, even if they're not being 100% truthful. Maybe they want something from her. Maybe she's got some chocolate and they're using this tactic of saying that she's nice and that they like her to get her to give them some of her chocolate. Well, if that's the case, then she is naive. Foolish girl. Girls, always keep your chocolates safely away from young fellows. Okay, moving away from Austria in the 30s and 40s, what's next?
Just go ahead now, and if you like to tell me, baby, just go ahead now, and if you wanna buy me flowers, just go ahead now, and if you like to talk for hours, just go ahead now.
Oh dear, more troubles in love, it appears. Here we've got two men, the two princes of the story, fighting for the affections of the same woman. They both want to go out with the woman, and so they're both trying to convince her, trying to persuade this young lady to go with them, not the other guy. Okay, but what are the lyrics about? Well, crikey! This is fast work. He's not talking about going out with her, is he? No. He's not even talking about getting engaged, is he? No. He wants to marry her. He wants to get married. Fast worker. And what is his argument? Why should she marry him and not the other guy? He ain't. There's that substandard English again. He hasn't got a future. Well, okay. And he hasn't got a family tree. So what he's saying is that he comes from a humble background. The other guy might have a famous family and a bright future, but not him. Okay, but what can he offer? He knows what a prince and lover ought to be. Well, that's quite positive, isn't it? He's a romantic. He's promising to treat this lady as she should be treated. He's a prince among men. He knows how to treat her like a princess. So, if she wants to get together, then yes, go for it. Just go ahead now. And if she thinks that she might choose him, then he's happy with that. Flowers? Yes. Long chats? Brill. Next.
Feel your body sway One floor below me, you don't even know me, I love you. Oh my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Twice on the pipe if the answer is no. Oh my sweetness means you meet me in the hallway. Whoa, twice on the pipe means you ain't gonna show.
Oh, blimey. We've stepped into a time warp. We're back in the 1970s, people. Back in 1973, when things were, well, a little bit strange. Now, as we all know, back in the 1970s, when dinosaurs ruled the earth, communication wasn't as simple as it is nowadays. And we can see the results of some of those difficulties in this song. The lady that Tony Orlando is singing to lives in the flat beneath his. She lives underneath him. She resides underneath him. But she doesn't have a phone. And neither does Tony. Okay, but Tony is in love with this woman and he wants to go out dancing with her, wearing his fancy glad rags on a Friday night. Okay, which brings us to the problem. How can he get in touch with her? How can he tell if she wants to go out with him? How can she give him a message about Friday night or whenever? Well, no phone, no fax machine, no email, so use what you find in the house. We've got a ceiling and a central heating pipe. Not really conventional tools of communication, but necessity is the mother of invention. If you need to find a way to communicate, then you will find a way to communicate. Okay, so with Tony, he's developed a very simple code. An incredibly simple code. It's pretty primitive, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, and what is this code? What is this marvelous cipher? Well, it involves banging on the ceiling or on the pipe. That's how she's meant to tell him if she's coming or not. Knock 3 times dum, 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 on the ceiling if you want me. Okay, but let's face it, this might be pretty easy for Tony. All he has to do is wait in his flat and not turn the TV volume up too high. And I suppose that he should refrain from listening to loud music. He should avoid listening to music with his headphones on. But, well, it's not a difficult task for him to manage, is it? No. But, well, what he's asking of this potential new girlfriend, well, that's in a different category, isn't it? Yes, that's a completely different kettle of fish. While all he has to do is sit in his flat, in a comfy chair, or perhaps on a comfy sofa, the young lady downstairs has got to find a ladder, climb up to the top of the ladder, and bang on the ceiling, the other side of Tony's floor, to let him know that she would like to go out with him. That's hardly fair now, is it? All right, we know what she has to do if she wants to go out with him, but what if she doesn't? Well, in that case, it's easier, isn't it? He says that all she has to do is bang on the pipe, the water pipe, the central heating pipe, if the answer is no. Well, that's simple enough, I suppose. Still, even without mobile phones, fax machines, and emails, don't you think that it would be easier to just go upstairs, knock on the door, and say something like, "Look, Tony, thanks for asking me out, but, well, you smell. Sorry, but it's true. The last time I smelled something like you, it was a homeless dinosaur's armpits. So thanks, but no thanks." I don't know. Maybe it's me. Okay, last one. Hit the button.
2 minutes to midnight. The hands that threaten doom. 2 minutes to midnight.
All right, now, credit where credit's due. This song is in the list because Viv, the video editor, suggested it. Thanks, Viv. All right, now what's the small chap with the long hair, the short man in the middle? What's he banging on about then? That's Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer of Iron Maiden, who's also a registered pilot. He flies the Iron Maiden jumbo jet when they go on tour. And he also used to be in the top 10 of British fencers. Blimey. Oh, hang on. Can I just take a moment to name drop? When I was 14, my friend Simon Morgan, his mum opened a cafe in Radlett and she got Bruce Dickinson to open it. And we all went hoping to catch a glimpse of the big man himself. But, Well, he's not a very big man, so it was very difficult to see him. We were taller at age 14 than he was. And he was a fully grown man. Well, a fully grown, rather short man. But hey, who am I to judge? He's also the lead singer of Iron Maiden. He used to represent Britain at fencing competitions, and he flies jumbo jets. Hats off to that man. Okay, so what's he on about? Well, he's talking about the time, isn't he? Yes, it's 11:58 p.m., 2 minutes to midnight. And it looks like something bad is going to happen at midnight because he's talking about the hands of doom. And here's the thing, there's a double meaning here. We all have hands, don't we? Yes, like most people, I've got two hands, one connected to my left wrist and the other one connected to my right wrist. So, he could be talking about someone's hands, someone being in control of something, leading to doom, death, destruction, the end of the world. But he could also be talking about the hands on a clock, like the hands on the doomsday clock, the clock which counts down to the end of the earth, depending on how many nuclear bombs are ready to be used. So, again, a bit of a heavy song, but hey, forget the lyrics, forget nuclear war, forget loonies with bombs, and do what I do, dance along like a nutter. Now, it's time for me to explain what we've been doing for the last couple of lessons, although I'm pretty sure that some of you have already figured it out, haven't you? Yes, I'm sure that some of you have. Well, let me tell the rest of you. This is Friday. You know that. I know that. This, if you didn't know, is week 100. Okay, has the penny dropped? No? Well, if this is week 100, then which lesson is this? Yes, that's right. This is lesson 500. What about that, eh? Eh? Brilliant, no? We've been learning English for almost 500 lessons. Together! That's longer than most Hollywood marriages. Yes, well, moving on. Think about all the music we've listened to in the last 2 lessons. What's the common feature of all the songs? Were they all cheesy? No, not all of them. It must be something else. What? Yes, that's right. It's all about the numbers. All right, and now, after the English, we get the maths. Think about all of the numbers in the titles of the songs that we've seen, present perfect, over the last 2 lessons. How many guns were the alarm banging on about? 68. Which summer was it when Leo bought his first guitar? The summer of 69. How many palms were there in the Bobby Plant song? 29. How many steps to heaven did we hear about with the boys from Shawaddy Waddy? That's right, 3. And then the heavy song about the Vietnam War and its consequences. What was the average age of a US soldier in that war? 19. And then we had Engelbert. And how many guys has he got in his band of guitar players? 10. Engelbert was followed, of course, by William Broad, or Billy Idol as we know him. And what was the age of the young lady in the song? 16. Then, the And Music Fan, dancing furniture, and a song about someone who's a real square. Goody Two-Shoes. And then we finished with Ralph, trying and failing to be as wise as Yoda. 16 again. So, Thursday, 68, 69, 29, 3, 19, 10, 16, 2, 16. Okay, and what about today's quota? Well, we started with Chris Plummer's daughter. She's going to be 17. Then, of course, we had the Spin Doctors with a song about 2. That's 2, not 3, not 4, and definitely not 27, but 2 princes. And then, of course, how could we forget? Tony Orlando and Dawn. I'm not sure which one Dawn is, and I don't know what the other bird's called. Sorry. Anyway, what's the number? Knock how many times? 3. And the last one? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Well, it's 11:58. And is that AM or PM? It's PM, isn't it? Yes, it's almost midnight. It's, how many minutes to midnight? 2! Okay, so 17, 2, 3, and finally 2. Okay, 68 plus 69 is 137. 29 times or multiplied by 3 is 87. 19 times or multiplied by 10 is 190. 16 times 2, 16 multiplied by 2 is 32. And 2 times 16, 2 multiplied by 16 is also 32. 17 plus 3 plus 2 equals 22. 137 plus 87 plus 190 equals 414. 32 plus 32 is 64. 414 plus 64 plus 17 plus 2 plus 3 is... Yes, you guessed it. Happy 500th English lesson, people. Have fun, celebrate, and I'll see you all next week. Have fun, and congratulations. See you on Monday. Bye.